slipped, hit your head. They buried your body behind the diner. You're not real. You're just glass wearing a girl's face. The rain came hard against the old diner windows. It was the kind of rain that seemed to fall sideways, pushed by sharp wind, like nails on glass. The neon sign outside buzzed and flickered. Miller's Diner, open 24/7. Eliza wiped her sweaty palms on her apron and glanced at the clock. 11:47 p.m. Her shift had just started. It was her first night working the graveyard shift, and the place was nearly empty, except for a trucker dozing in the corner booth with half a sandwich and a black coffee growing cold in front of him. Just a job, she muttered to herself. Easy money. The kitchen light flickered. She turned and saw Sam, the cook, a bald man with deep wrinkles and eyes that looked too tired for his age. He was stirring something thick and red in a pot. "What's that?" Eliza asked. "Tomato soup," Sam said without looking up. It didn't smell like tomato soup. Eliza walked past the booths, cleaning up napkins and empty cups. That's when she saw him, a tall man in a dark coat, standing just outside the door, not moving, not even blinking. He didn't knock. He didn't open the door. He just stared at her through the rain. She took a slow step back. Then, without touching the handle, the door creaked open, and the man walked in. He was soaking wet, but he didn't shake off the water or say a word. He sat at the counter and stared at her. Eliza swallowed hard. Welcome to Miller's Diner. Can I get you something?" The man didn't speak. He just raised one long, bony finger and pointed at the menu on the wall. "Coffee?" she asked. He gave a single nod. She poured the coffee with shaky hands. As she placed the cup in front of him, she noticed something strange. His coat was completely dry now, like he had never been in the rain. Her chest tightened. She stepped back slowly and tried to calm herself. Sam leaned out from the kitchen. "You okay?" Eliza nodded, but her hands were shaking. "I don't like night shifts," she whispered. Sam's face darkened. "You'll get used to it. Just don't go behind the kitchen." "What's back there?" she asked. He didn't answer. He just wiped his hands on his apron and walked away. Later, as she was wiping down the counter, she heard 3 knocks, but not at the door. They came from inside the wall behind the kitchen. She turned slowly, heart racing. 3 more knocks. Bang, bang, bang. Sam shouted from inside the kitchen. "Ignore it." Eliza took a deep breath and peeked behind the kitchen. She noticed a small door she hadn't seen before, old, wooden, with a padlock hanging open. It looked like a storage room, but the sound came from there again. Bang, bang, bang. "Eliza," Sam's voice was sharp now. "Stay away from that door." She turned back, eyes wide. "What's behind it?" He walked over, his face pale now. "Just stay out of it." "You hear me?" The lights above flickered again, and then she heard it. Her name, whispered. "Alicia." She turned in every direction, but there was no one nearby. "Alicia." She ran to the bathroom, splashed cold water on her face, and looked up at the mirror. That's when she saw it. A figure standing behind her. Tall, dark, hollow eyes. She turned around, nothing there. But in the mirror, it was still there, watching her. She screamed and stumbled out of the bathroom. The trucker in the corner booth was gone. His coffee and sandwich still there, untouched, but he hadn't passed her. The only door was near the counter where she stood. She asked Sam, "Did the trucker leave?" Sam frowned. "What trucker?" She turned to the booth. It was empty. Her knees felt weak. She sat on a stool, breathing hard. The tall man at the counter still hadn't moved. He hadn't touched his coffee. He was just watching her, and now he was smiling. Eliza felt cold creep up her arms. Suddenly all the lights went out. Total darkness. The only sound was the soft buzz of the neon sign outside. "Eliza," the voice came again, closer. She fumbled for her phone, turned on the flashlight, and scanned the diner. Sam was gone. The man at the counter was gone. She was alone. No, she felt something. A cold breath on her neck. She turned fast, shining the light behind her. Nothing. Then she noticed the back door, the one Sam warned her about, was wide open. She stepped closer, light trembling in her hand. "Eliza," the voice whispered again from the darkness of the room. She stepped inside. Shelves of canned food, old boxes, dust everywhere, and on the floor a set of bloody footprints. Her heart pounded. She followed them with the flashlight until they stopped at the far wall. There was a mirror leaning against it. She looked into the mirror. Her reflection didn't move. It stared back, smiling. Then it lifted a finger to its lips. Eliza screamed and ran out of the room. She slammed the door shut behind her and grabbed the padlock. Click. She locked it. As she caught her breath, the lights flickered back on. The diner looked normal again. Empty, quiet. The man at the counter was back. He stood up, gave her a long look, and walked toward the door. He opened it, stepped outside, and vanished into thin air. No footsteps, no sound, no car, nothing. Eliza stood frozen. Then she heard it again. Bang, bang, bang. The locked door behind her rattled. She backed away, and then the lock clicked open by itself. The door creaked slowly. Blackness stared back at her. A voice from within whispered one last thing. "You shouldn't have come here."